Welcome to LugCon, Let Us Game Convention. This is a talk or conversation about digital campaigning and how to keep your campaigns completely digital. Especially, it's becoming a bigger draw right now because of all the Google Hangouts and all that kind of role playing. And so I figured this be a great time to just kind of compile it all and talk about it all and share what I've learned about different things. So this is going to be recorded in 5 different videos just because it covers so much information. I want to keep it kind of short and consumable at about 15-20 minutes. So first one's going to talk about the digital publishing. So basically, the 5 stages are: you have to buy your books. That's the publishers and distributors. You have to make your characters. That's going to be like trackers and generators. You need to talk with people online, and you need to have tools like Roll20 to play your game. And then it's nice to have a way to talk about your game on like a blog, like Obsidian Portal. So those are the quick points, and this one's going to talk about digital publishers. So when we talk about digital publishers, not all distributors are the same. DriveThru RPG is one of the main ones. If you haven't used DriveThru RPG, they have a lot of PDFs. They might do ebooks. I didn't check, but they have digital formats for you to get books, tokens. I think you can get maps there and stuff like that. If not, I got a link for maps later. But DriveThru RPG is how you're going to get your books. And so you need to start with the role playing game, correct? So where are you going to get it? Going to go online and grab, like Shadowrun Catalyst Games does a lot of PDFs. That's what I buy a lot of through DriveThru RPG. They have some pay what you want if you want to save a little money, or if you want to just like even pay extra because you want to support the people. Pay what you want is a good way to do that, and it's pretty cool. So you have different ways to do it. It's a fixed price or it's a pay what you want DriveThru RPG, and they have different genres. So once you delve into DriveThru RPG, you'll be able to do a lot with that. But when I say not all distributors are the same, not everybody is like a big thing like DriveThru RPG, where basically you take all kinds of publishers and redistribute their stuff. Some RPG publishers only sell products from their website. Um, I can't think of any off the top of my head, but I know I've run into that where I've tried to search for PDFs, come to find out that it's just not distributed anywhere but the one website. And it might only be a PDF, or you might not be able to get the book or whatever. Usually I'm happy, but you don't know what you're going to get. The other option are people like Fake Core, Evil Hat Productions has been doing a lot with like EPUBs, I want to say, and so they've actually made EPUBs, and not a lot of people are doing that. Um, that's a little bit later, but not all formats are the same. DriveThru RPG focuses on PDFs. The Fate Core has been publishing EPUBs, which is pretty cool. Um, but we'll talk about formats later. So there's also another type of way to get your material, and it's Adventure a Week, and they sell modules on kind of, I think it's like a subscription basis, I want to say, so don't quote me on that. Then we have people like Indie Press Revolution. You can get some stuff through Kickstarter. There's been this thing I've heard about that's called a bundle of holding. I'll have links to a lot of the stuff in the write up, but things to keep your eye out for. Now, when I talked about formats, there's actually not all digital formats are the same. It really depends on the device you're going to use, computer, a smartphone, uh, all that kind of stuff. And so what happens is you have different formats that fit that device better. So if you have a Kindle, an EPUB would probably work the best. Or if you have like just a computer, PDFs are great. If you have a something else like a Nook, maybe an EPUB is really good too. And so, wow, I think I said Kindles would like an EPUB. No, Kindles would like the Kindle 8 format. Blar, made that mistake. But yeah, there are very specific formats, and this gets into a whole realm of conversation. All I say is go to mobile, read the forums, and check out as much as you can there, as much as you can absorb, because There's God, there's so much about it. There's a whole course on it at Columbia University if you want to get into digital publishing and EPUBs and that kind of stuff. I love it. It's one of the things that I really like to code, but there's a lot to it. I think PDFs are probably going to rise to the top as just the most universal format because people can have it on their computer and it's closest to the original published form. But I don't want to bore people with the ebook formats, but like I said, go to Mobile Read forums and you will like find everything you ever wanted to know about ebooks and the hardware, the software and the hardware. Um, there's another thing too, the licensing. Not all digital licensing is the same. Like DriveThru RPG, their licensing is it's usually a DRM PDF, and they're going to print whoever the purchaser's name is at the bottom of the PDF. So that's stuff to be cognizant of. You really want to know what type of licensing you're buying with the ebook that you just purchased. Not everything's the same. It's not like paper. It's a whole war out there, unfortunately, when it comes to ebooks. And so you really want to make sure that you're on the right side of the law when it comes to your ebooks. And some publishers, because like I said, not all publishers are the same. Some publishers actually allow you to have enough licenses for the people at the game. I've heard some pretty cool arrangements, and there's also things where you can buy a paper book and get a digital edition with it, or flip that, buy a digital edition, get a paper book. Like Firefly, I got it at Gen Con, I got the paper book, and then I was able to get the PDF, and that was awesome. So really pay attention to the licensing. You might get a little bit more bang for your buck with that. And look for bundled book deals. There's also like game masters. Once you go digital, think about things that can maybe help you. If you really are into a game like Pathfinder, Savage World, something has a big following, maybe you could start doing affiliate links. So every time you write about your game digitally, you have an affiliate link set up that points people right to something that might gain you some money. And it's not from your players necessarily, it's just from the world at large. You know, once you're public online, maybe you can benefit yourself a little bit. Another idea is you could review material. So maybe your group likes to buzz through a lot of material, right? And so you could actually, some people like to give away digital material a lot easier than paper material. So you say, hey, I have a group of people, we'll totally put it on our podcast or on our blog or on our write up. And if the publisher's into it or the game designer needs to get a little bit more airplay for his game, they or his or her game, they might be up for it. So always kind of keep it open for maybe you want to review material if your group or if yourself is up for that. And then there's indie publishers in general are kind of worth supporting. I know the mainstream games are what we grew up on. It's what we like, usually what got us into the whole system. But there's a whole ton of independent publishers. And I'm probably preaching to the choir now, because if you're watching this podcast, you probably are from that independent line. But I'm just saying, for people that maybe are just D&D only, you might be, I don't know, not Savage Worlds necessarily, but Pathfinder only, something like that, D20 only. There's a whole ton of people that just do this for the fun of it, and they make up a wide variety of rules, and they really enjoy what they're doing. And sometimes when you pick up those books full of that passion, it just overwhelms you and you have a lot of fun. So even though it might take a little bit more research, the indie publishers I think are worth supporting. So just putting that out there. And that ends, really, in my opinion, the first part of the digital campaigning. So that was about digital publishers and different things you should know. All right, have fun and make comments. Game on.